Imagine an empire so powerful that nations trembled at its name, so cruel that its victories were celebrated with unspeakable torture. This was Assyria, the superpower that seemed unstoppable until God's prophecy changed everything. In the 7th century BC, Assyria dominated the ancient world from its magnificent capital, Nineveh. Its walls rose 100 feet high, its libraries held countless treasures, and its armies were the most feared on earth. They had already conquered the northern kingdom of Israel, scattering the 10 tribes to the winds. But God had other plans. Through the prophet Nahum, he delivered a shocking message: this mighty empire would fall suddenly, completely, and forever. "Nineveh is laid waste, who will bemoan her?" declared Nahum. The Assyrians, confident in their strength, laughed off such predictions. Yet in 612 BC, the unthinkable happened. A coalition of Babylonians, Medes, and Scythians surrounded Nineveh. For 3 months, they besieged the supposedly impregnable city. Then, according to ancient records, unusually heavy rains caused the river Tigris to flood, breaching the city's walls, exactly as Nahum had prophesied when he wrote, "The gates of the rivers shall be opened." Panic gripped Nineveh. The last Assyrian king, Sinsharishkun, following an ancient tradition, gathered his wives, servants, and treasures in the palace. As enemy forces poured through the broken walls, he ordered the palace set ablaze, choosing to die in flames rather than face capture. The empire that had terrorized the known world for centuries collapsed in just a few years. Cities that had stood for generations were abandoned and forgotten. The prophet's words came true with chilling accuracy: "Nineveh is of old like a pool of water, yet they shall flee away." This dramatic fall of Assyria teaches us timeless truths, that no power, no matter how mighty, stands forever against God's will. The same empire that once seemed invincible became a cautionary tale, buried under desert sands until archaeologists uncovered its ruins centuries later. The story of Assyria's fall reminds us that God's word, spoken through his prophets, always comes to pass. Just as the prophet foretold, Nineveh became empty, void, and waste. Today, tourists walk through the ruins of this once great empire, proving that pride truly does come before a fall, and that divine justice, though it may seem slow, arrives with perfect timing.